Hello, it's me, Rabbi Sol, with Rabbinical Reflections for you all. I come from Temple Sons of Bitches here in Great Neck, New York. Shut up and pay attention to me. Shalom, damn it! This is Rabbi Sol Solomon with a Rabbinical Reflection for the week of May 2nd, 2020. You know, I usually take great pride in being Jewish, despite my neurosis and fear-based logic and my alarmingly small penis. Other aspects of my heritage give me significant nachas. We're survivors, we're creative and cultural, and we're smart. Even anti-Semites warn the world that we're crafty. We use our big brains. What a lovely stereotype. French people are snooty, Italians are hot-blooded, the Polish are Polish, but Jews are always the smart ones. Granted, in recent years, we've gotten complacent. Look in a library at night. You know the Asians have usurped us. But at least we're still second smartest. Or so I thought, until this past week. On Wednesday, Rabbi Chaim Mertz, no relation to Fred or Ethel, he dropped dead of COVID-19. A tragedy, my condolences to his family. How did the Orthodox community respond? With a funeral, a public funeral. 2,500 Orthodox Jews of the Haredi sect gathered on the streets of Williamsburg, Brooklyn. Did they stand 6 feet apart? No. Did they all wear masks? No. Although some of those beards could have doubled as a hairnet. Did they pay any attention to scientists and state officials who said, excuse me, we're in a pandemic, stay indoors and practice social distancing and Hulu watching? These people did none of this. No doubt their thinking was, this is our community, we self-govern, and if we choose to put ourselves at risk, that's our business. Also, we share antibodies because we're all inbred anyway. Mayor de Blasio looks at this blatant violation of our community standards and possibly the law and says, what's wrong with you people? Or, to be precise, he tweeted, quote, my message to the Jewish community and to all communities is this. The time for warnings has passed. I've instructed the New York Police Department to summon or even arrest those in large groups. This is about stopping the disease and saving lives, period. Did the Jewish community apologize? Did they say to the mayor, Slicha, we were overcome with grief for our dead rabbi, but we were thoughtless and disrespectful to our neighbors? Won't happen again, no matter who dies. Although if Messiah comes, we'll probably still turn out in big numbers. That was not the response of the Haredis or the greater Jewish community. Instead, they jumped the race wagon and accused de Blasio of the bigotry by singling them out. What a load of schmucks! The mayor singled them out because they didn't single themselves out, they multiplied. If they stayed home and watched the funeral on Instagram, or they did an orderly procession with everyone 6 feet apart and masked, they could have served as an object lesson for the world. Hey, when the shutdown ends, this is how you can go into a sports stadium or a school assembly or a klezmer rave party in a safe, public-minded fashion. Instead, they poured into the streets and milled around like a fire drill. And that behavior gives ammunition to real anti-Semites. Why shouldn't they sneer? You see, the Jews claim to love the USA, but when push comes to shove, they push and shove. Religious ritual supersedes American law, and they turn a blind ear to mayors, governors, police forces, anyone outside their crazy creed. For their part, the Haredis say they notified the police before the march and were given the go-ahead. a conversation that I imagine went, hi, we're going to congregate, better get barriers ready so the goyim don't bother us. Thank you. He also noted that crowds elsewhere in the region turned out in numbers to watch a military flyover of Air Force Thunderbirds. Why is de Blasio picking on us and not them? Fair point. He should have crapped all over both of you. Instead, the mayor was forced to temper his tweets. He didn't apologize, thank goodness, but he did express regret for lashing out, saying he was frustrated by the disease, which has killed 63,000 New Yorkers, among them quite a few Jews. Over the next year, this country must have serious debates about the line between security and civil rights. I mean, it's 18 years since 9/11, and we still take off our shoes at the airport? What is that about? I've hurt more people with my foot odor than a shoe bomber ever could. So it will be interesting to see if the Orthodox, in their huddled masses, spread coronavirus so much worse than the rest of us on our couches watching Nailed It all day. But that's for scientists and statisticians to figure out. In the meantime, the law, especially in a sardine tin like the 5 boroughs, is to socially isolate. I admit that's easy for me because I hate people. But whatever your ethnicity, if you think your religion is more important than common sense or the common good, please convert and stay 6 feet or stay 600 feet away from people like me who don't want to die. And if I do die, no procession. Just give me a pay-per-view special with Gilbert. I'll do this again. Just give me a pay-per-view special with Gilbert Gottfried telling dirty jokes and Morgan Freeman doing the eulogy. Oh, and naked teenagers, for obvious reasons. This has been a Rabbinical Reflection from Rabbi Sol Solomon, Temple Sons of Bitches.